Celeb Secrets is hanging out with Connor Smith today. Happy Wednesday. What's going on?
Thank you. Man, we're hanging out. I'm about to go play some golf after this in Montana, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, it's night two of our headlining tours, so we're figuring it out as we go.
Oh, wow. That's so exciting. What's that like to, finally get back on the road? And it is a headlining tour with new music.
Yeah, no, it's cool because we've been out every weekend, played amazing shows, but the first time doing headliners since like January, and that's its whole other ball game. So it's been super fun. Last night was a blast. Definitely some adjustments to make, but we're figuring it out.
Okay. And I know you were touring with Luke Bryan earlier this year as well. So how is that kind of different? Because I know the venues are different, crowds, but are you taking anything from that and putting it in the headline show?
Yeah, I mean, one difference is the amount of people that are here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you definitely got to learn something from Luke when he's out there. He is there to have a good time, and yeah, it's cool. I think every headlining tour that we've done has been a little different. I think this one is kind of this new phase of that, and really just trying to create some intimate environments. You know, we're out here on the West and markets we've never been to before, and so kind of this new thing. But we're really just trying to create an environment that kind of feels like the fans show up and it's less of a show and more of like we're all hanging out together.
You never think because you're just doing this because you love being an artist, you love your passion, and so many people could resonate in these places you never knew existed. Has to be kind of like a pinch me in full circle moment.
Yeah, 100%. I got this funny story where, I went over to Europe and played some shows,
Hmm.
um, and when I put out "I Hate Alabama," like I remember just being like, no one's gonna care about this outside of Tennessee. It's just such a niche song to me, and really didn't have like some crazy expectations for it, but it obviously has been such a big part of my story. And when I was over in Sweden, we were playing kind of a writer's style thing, and it was me and Lauren Watkins was next to me, and just this guy yelled out from the crowd like, "I hate Alabama," and Lauren leans over and she's like, "Did he just say I hate Obama?" And I was like, "No, he wants me to play I Hate Alabama," and I think that story is funny because it's like, a song that is so about two southern states
Yeah.
have like in college football, which like outside of America people don't even understand it.
Hmm.
It's like, but it reached so far that like we could be over in Sweden and like some dude who like doesn't even speak English connected with that song in a way like that's just the power of music.
Right, right. He learned English because of you and your hatred for Alabama. But I want to talk about the music, because the EP came out last week, The Storyteller, 5 tracks. You got to be really proud of this because I know you were a co-writer on 4 out of the 5, and the fifth one you wrote solo.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
tell me more about it?
yeah. The record's really cool and really special and really kind of as purely from my heart as I could make a record. I think I really just kind of sat down and tried to make a piece of art that honestly was kind of written without wondering what anybody else would think about it, but really just kind of writing songs for myself and something I felt really proud of. And so the reaction and the response and the release of this record's been different from any other record before because I kind of don't have expectations for it.
Okay.
I kind of go like, hey, I wrote this for myself and I wanted to share it with you guys, but whether you like it or not, like I'm really proud of it. And so when you start from that place as a creative, I think I'm learning that that's a much better a much better place to, kind of show your art to others, because the response has been incredible, just of people connecting with the songs, people just kind of seeing my heart in music, and yeah, I think these songs are impacting in a way that is really cool and really different and unique. So it's been really fun to have this record out finally and just kind of get to enjoy, let the fans have what really feels special to me and see their reaction.
Absolutely. And, I listen to the songs and you hear the lyrics. It is really telling a story. So it's perfect that it is titled The Storyteller. What was kind of the concept that you wanted to go in when you were creating these songs?
Yeah, I think that, I read a comment that said like the storyteller isn't a title, it's a statement.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways, it kind of was that. I wanted this record to encapsulate like the heart of what I love about country music, which is storytelling. And I think
Mhm.
every one of these songs kind of tells its own story. And I wanted it to feel very just like genuine. I wrote not only did I write all, 4 of the songs with co-written and then one by myself, but those 4 songs, I wrote them in 2 days back to back to back to back.
Oh, wow.
So I wrote like 2 on a Thursday, and then the next morning we woke up and wrote the other 2, and they're in order to how we wrote them. We wrote Storyteller, and then Nostalgia, and then Rolling Down the Road, and then the Garden. Well, shoot, the Garden was before Rolling Down the Road, but either way, all the same. This record really was just kind of like, hey, we had this like really cool moment where like this clouds parted and creativity kind of fell down, and we captured it. And it felt like doing justice to that moment to, record it and let the fans have it. The creative process on this thing was really different and really unique. And I think just what I learned is kind of what I said before, like when you make art from a place of like not needing the approval of others of it, but just feeling really proud of something.
Yeah.
It really kind of changes your experience with the music, which has been cool.
That's awesome. And what made you want to put Faith from a Farmer on the project?
Faith from a Farmer, I wrote that song. It took me about a year to write from start to finish, and I really poured my heart into it. And the song was just so visceral to me. And like, that's a song, honestly, I think that's a song that if I heard someone else record it, if someone else had written that song, like it would be a song that I would text them and be like, dude, this song is so special. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so like, I just feel blessed that I got to tell that story, honestly.
Yeah.
And so I had the song for a little bit of time, but I think the Farmer was also the song that kind of set me on a path to go like, whatever that is, whatever that emotion is I felt when I wrote that song is what I want to try to continue to capture.
Oh, totally. I was going to say, like, what was maybe the best story that you've received so far from fans that have listened to the Storyteller?
Yeah, a lot of stories of farmers and of daughters and sons of farmers that have just that song's impacted them. They felt seen in that song, which is really cool. I always love on Nostalgia. It's cool to hear all of it makes me laugh. All the comments I get about people in Young Life or people with Young Life stickers on their car,
Yeah.
bridge, and then the Garden, I think, has really impacted people too. Of just that song to me is really kind of capturing an emotion of, for me, returning to what matters.
Yeah.
So every song is kind of there's all such different stories, so they're all kind of, there's so many different favorites. But I would definitely say that Farmer is the one that I'm seeing the most people respond with tears and feeling like kind of recognized by it, which is really cool.
Anything else maybe that you could tease coming up for 2025?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of shows, a lot of music, a lot of things. It's like I said, like we have come off this bender of a year between 3 projects and ACM awards and the Twister movie and Luke Bryan touring and 2 headlining tours. And so like I just put out this project and I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea what's next, but that's an exciting thing. So a lot of exciting stuff for next year, but I'll tell you when I find out.